I think the real question we're going to have to answer with this campaign is who is Ryan? That will be the biggest question at the end of this all. Welcome back to Benalia. We are a live play Dungeons and Dragons podcast coming from various places around the realm. We have tonight Mortifer Lupus, who has recently joined the party, rescued from the Gnolls, Hand Duke of Matrion, the intrepid cleric who decides who lives, who dies, and who dies. No death is acceptable to Hand Duke. And Olazana, another character who was not here at the beginning but has been inserted in the middle of the campaign, and is an elf who was rescued by the group. So, on the surface, it would seem there was a lot of turnover in the party, and yet, the campaign continues. Tonight, we start up right where we left off last week with the carriage rescue from the nasty, horrible Gnolls, the dirty, the grimy, the sniveling, the mangy, the fastidious, the festooned, the poorly festooned Gnolls were attacking the carriage. Poor Sam did not make it. But the characters triumphed and they stand panting, out of breath at the end of battle at the carriage. Fellas, take it from here.
Is there any survivors?
Yeah. Did the rich man survive?
The rich man is still in the carriage.
So after I recover from being stunned at the end of that haste spell, I will look around and see all of the dead Gnolls and see, I guess that Mortifer's not near us, and go and check on the carriage and see if anybody's alive inside the carriage.
Nah, let me check on the carriage.
You're far away. I don't know you.
No, I'm not. I'm like 10 feet away. I was moving forward. So I go up to the carriage and I check on the boss and I try to use my persuasion and be like, yo, boss, that was pretty rough. Sam's dead. I think you should offer these guys a job to try to get us to Harboron.
He says, the job pays what it pays. Get me there. Just get me there safe. Whatever you need, the job pays what it pays.
What does the job pay?
You pre-negotiated the terms of this agreement, and it was the princely, handsome sum of 25 gold pieces to be paid on arrival, safe arrival in Harboron.
25 each or 25 altogether?
25 altogether. That was good money for you and Sam.
All right, I turn to these guys and I'm like, hey, you guys want to make 5 gold pieces?
I mean, give him a funny look.
And I walk away from the carriage and I motion them to come near me so I can talk without this guy hearing me. And I'm like, hey guys, you guys look like you're men and a woman of up and coming standing. What I got here is a wealthy Harboronian nobleman who is paying me to escort him to Harboron. Now, if you guys want to rub elbows with the Harboronian elite, I suggest you take the job. I'm very charismatic when I say that. It's not like fish at all. So what do you guys say?
Are the animals alive? The draft horses or what have you?
The horses are alive. Oddly, the horses were untouched. They stayed out of the fray. They're well trained. They didn't panic. They didn't take off. You would normally think with something as frenetic as this, something as intense, your horses would bolt. But these are well trained.
Well, we're traveling to Harboron anyway. I see no reason why we should not accompany you on your way.
All right.
I mean, you said he's wealthy. 5 gold doesn't sound like the means of someone who's wealthy, unless this land is much different than the new land.
Well, I mean, it is what it is, lady.
I'm Olazana.
Mort.
I am Handuk.
If you're traveling to Harboron anyway, you might as well hop aboard the carriage. And we'll get there faster than on your feet, and you can make 5 gold.
This is a very fair proposition you have, Mortifer.
Oh, please, call me Mort.
Yes, we would be more than happy to ride in your wagon.
We can't really ride in it. We kind of got to ride on it.
Certainly. Where do I sit?
There are two seats up front. That's where Sam and Mortifer were seated. There are handholds around the edge of the carriage, so it is possible to hang off of the back, stand on the side. There are footrests for stepping up into the carriage that you can grab purchase, and it's a rough ride, but if you go slow, it's not all that unsafe.
I'm the same speed as a horse. So I'll just walk.
Okay.
All right. Matrion, why don't you take the reins?
Certainly, I have a way with animals.
You
I
seem
love
like
them.
you do.
Animals are sweet. They don't talk back, and they never complain. And they're wonderful creatures. All of the animals are blessed by the mothers of Matria. So, what brings you to Harboron? Or why so far from this place? I warn you, the lands are rife with danger, and a war is certainly coming to these lands.
War, you say? I'm just trying to make my way through. Anything has to be better than Sokor.
What was wrong in Sokor?
Oh, I have a history there. We'll be back.
Hey guys.
All right,
Bearbash has joined in from his. He has settled his bears that he summoned. He has calmed them down post battle.
They don't like to be left alone, I had to make sure that they were okay.
Only in winter do they like to be left alone. Crawl away. Okay, so you guys have decided to accompany the carriage and escort it.
Bear Bash, it's 5 gold to escort this rich man to Harboron.
Can we take a short rest before we continue?
I would enjoy a short rest.
You very much may not.
Can we rest on the wagon?
Well, if you're sitting in the front two seats, it's possible. But
All right.
the nobleman is insistent that you get moving immediately.
Is Sam alive?
We must not wait. We must not dilly. We must not dally. This is unsafe. There will be more.
All right, I'm hopping up in the
Then we'll
shotgun.
kill them too. I hope there's more.
I'm hopping up in the shotgun, and I'm going to try to get a short rest, and then I'll move to somewhere else.
Is Sam alive?
No, Sam met his maker.
Ah, jeez. Report went out for him.
Wait. We must bury Sam before we move on.
Yes,
We must
good
not
idea.
dilly. We must not dally. We must move on.
No. I mustn't. You must leave me then, nobleman. And I wish you safe travels, but I must not leave this poor innocent victim of these hideous beasts
Leave
be-
him, then. Leave him.
to be picked apart by the very vultures that fly above us as we speak.
All right, I'll hop in the carriage, and I'll start speaking to the nobleman. And I'm going to use my persuasion.
And I'm going to just start digging. I'm digging right now.
I'll start digging.
I'm going to be like, look, boss, you saw what they did to Sam, and Sam was a strapping, strong young man.
Now let me be clear. Matria has no burial rituals. Not a thing. They do everything they can do to avoid death. When it occurs, they pretend it did not occur. So this would be inconsistent with your upbringing, Anduk.
Okay.
Let's strap him to the side, and we'll bury him tonight. I'll bury him tonight.
Let's wrap him and bury him later. I like that idea. We'll wrap him in like a cloth or something like that.
Maybe he'll
Light him
recover.
on fire quickly. We could burn
Maybe
him
he'll recover.
so his spirit joins the ancestors.
Let's wrap him in a blanket and we'll decide to burn him or bury him on the way. How
He'll
about
get
that?
better.
He could get better, I've seen gnomes come back to life, so
That's right.
Nothing's off the table.
He has ceased to be. He is an ex-Sam.
Is he a paleogerm?
He is not. Okay, so with the nobleman's insistence, you move on. He insists that you move on. 3 hours later, heading north along the road, you begin to see signs of activity.
What kind of activity?
As you come up around a bend, you see multiple half ogres walking with different stones. They're walking with wood, lumber, and they are heading towards the remnants of an old estate and an old mansion. And when you see the mansion, you hear music.
All right.
In the chilly hours and minutes of uncertainty, I want to be in the warm hold of your loving mind, to feel you all around me and to take your hand along the sun. But I may as well try and catch the wind. When sundown veils the sky, I want to hide a while behind your smile, and everywhere I look, your eyes I'll find. For me to love you now would be the sweetest things, would make me sing. But I may as well try and catch the wind. Dooey dooey, dooey dooey, dooey dooey, dooey dooey.
So as you come around, you realize that this is a work site. Seems to be the site of a large estate that is in the process of renovation. There are half ogres, there's a work crew, and you see someone that seems to be directing the activity. It's a small gnome, not like the forest gnomes of Miss Lake, more like an ingenious problem-solving gnome.
Hey, yo, Freebird.
All right, let's go up and rest the horses and eat, get cleaned up, and see what's going on.
Yes, this place certainly looks quite cush.
All right, I'm going to hop down to the boss and tell him, hey, there's a construction site coming up. It looks like we can rest and eat and rest the horses, because the horses are no use to us if they're driven to death. They
That's
need
right.
to be fed and rested.
I could use a lifting of my spirits after seeing so many horrible things.
I could use some stew.
And the gnome sees you and he says, "What are you doing here? What are you delivering? What is the, who, what?
I don't think we're
Explain.
delivering anything. I think we just are near here.
Explain."
I'm gonna tell him to just take a deep breath. You know, we're just passing through.
Let me talk
this
to
is not
him.
planned. This is not planned. No,
Let me talk
no
to
deliveries.
Olazano. Greetings, sir. We are but weary travelers. We are not delivering anything. We were just found us. We've been attacked by Gnolls, and we were looking for a safe spot to rest and rest our horses for a little bit.
No. Work site is not available. Keep it moving. Nope.
Can we camp outside of your perimeter?
We must maintain a secure perimeter. Not available. I'm sorry, but you must leave.
Your perimeter is way more secure with us here. We are not rabble rousers.
You look like you may rouse a rabble.
Handu, what does this word rabble rouser mean?
I am quite well dressed, Mr. World.
Listen, I might rabble, but I'll never rouse.
Certainly, I'm just an old man,
You've got
a
the
priest
look.
of Matria.
You've got the look of rousing rabble.
Please, sir,
What's
we
this
ask
word
for
mean?
shelter.
What does rabble mean?
Sir, can I speak to your manager?
I am in charge here. I am in charge.
Who is your boss?
I am hired for a job. I am entirely in charge.
Who hired you?
Well, we can entertain. We can help work. Just until our horses rest. Sir, we were attacked on the road by highwaymen, by Gnolls, no less. We have lost a man.
I've heard this story before. I've heard this. This is how they get into your work site. This is how they steal your tools.
Look at our carriage. Look at my dress. Do I look like a common bandit to you? In fact, you are quite insulting.
Would
Who are
Mr. Gnome
you to
recognize?
call me a bandit? I
I
am not a bandit. I am from the House of Holmes. You do not know me. You do not know my boss. I state the boss's name. I'm like, we are on an important mission. We must get to Harboron, and we were attacked.
He's never heard of your boss.
Oh, well, I don't. It doesn't faze me. We were attacked on the highway, and you, sir, are turning wounded men back on the road to be attacked in these unsafe lands, accusing us of thievery. How dare you? And my persuasion
Is
11.
I don't know. That might do it, man.
let's find out.
I'm
No,
gonna sit on the ground and try to think of what the word rabble means.
he is unfazed by your plea. So, looking around, you see a somewhat natural amphitheater, and Mortifer, actually, this reminds you very much of your ancestral estate.
The House of Holmes.
This very much reminds you of that. It appears that you know that your ancestral estate fell into disrepair. The family fell into disrepute, eventually abandoned it. It looks like someone else has acquired the property and is in the process of renovating it.
Is this my ancestral property?
It is. And yet someone else is very intently investing much gold and manpower in renovating it.
All right, it's time for Pogo action. Pogo is jumping off of my shoulder and flying away. Once he's out of sight, Pogo is turning invisible. And then he's going to revert to his natural form, invisible, and start scouring the house, seeing what he can see.
Okay.
So are they flipping the mansion? They're going to renovate the mansion and sell it for profit. Is that what's happening?
Well, you should probably investigate that by talking to people, including this guy.
Mortifer, why don't you use your persuasion skills?
You haven't even asked his name yet.
Sir,
we don't need to know his name. He's being a dick.
He definitely didn't persuade him.
Sir, what is your name by chance? And in such a large project going on, you must need help.
I don't see what you could possibly do to help. My name, Francesco Molinari Garibaldi Oregon Pinot Noir. That is my name, and this is our project. And as you can see, I have all the help I need.
All right. Well, Fran, I feel like I can call you Fran. You seem like a good guy. You got your plate full here. But my friend Mortifer knows a lot about the building. The bare bones of it. He could be an asset for a day.
You don't know this, and I do not let you know.
Yeah, and actually, he doesn't know because this is his ancestral estate, but he didn't.
Oh, okay, my mistake.
All right, I'm going to use deception and be like, look at us. Do we not look like fine artisans? Have you ever seen the woodworking of an elf? Have you ever seen the stonework of a matrion? And use deception, and my deception this time is 26.
Okay, we're going for the second chance roll here. He says, "Well,
This roll is to sell our labor rather than
yes.
Can I tell that he's trying to sell me to do labor?
we will need artisans once the heavy lifting and the major construction is complete. That is true. That is true. Show me what you can do. Let's see a demonstration.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna
Can I show
slowly
what I
back.
can do now?
I'm gonna slowly back away towards the carriage and hide behind it.
Is there like an apple or something somewhere around? Or like something somewhat small?
There's certainly no apples. No.
Just like anything that's like sort of small and probably would be hard to hit with a dagger if I threw it.
I mean, the trees have knots. Things like that. You might have a walnut on the ground here and there.
Come on, Druid, you gotta have something.
What do we need me to do?
Make hedges.
Make hedges. Okay.
All
So,
I can do is gamble.
Fran, my man. Tell me more about the hedges and how you want them, because I may actually have some power over plants. Hedges like a bush, is that right? You want like bushes?
Bushes, trees.
Okay. And you want me to make like a hedge, like around the perimeter, like a yard?
I mean, they're building an amphitheater, so I'm sure that like hedges and trees would come in value for the ambiance of the amphitheater.
And me and Mortifer are gonna sidebar here out of earshot of Fran. I have a spell that's speak with plants. If a plant creature is in the area, you can communicate with it as if you shared a common language.
Do you have plant growth?
Do I have plant growth? I do not. Do not have plant growth. I can only influence existing plants, and they can't uproot themselves. So it's not, I don't have a ton of freedom in what I can or cannot do with it, but I can maybe have it assist somehow.
Does anybody got any skills? Any tool usage?
Let me ask you, what is in your carriage? What are you transporting?
A nobleman. We actually just needed to rest.
I don't know about this. Perhaps I should speak with your boss.
Oh,
I don't have a boss.
sure.
You sure do look like hired help.
Oh, sure look like a dick.
I'm gonna start slowly twirling my.
I would like to have the nobleman speak at this point, I think.
Yes. I'll take him over, knock on the door, and be like, "Boss, we wanted to rest, and this
There's no answer at the door.
is the boss in there?"
Do you open the door?
Oh yeah.
The boss is not there.
Oh shit.
All right.
Seems good. Let's. I'm gonna climb in and sit in the carriage then, since that guy's gone.
All
Do we
right.
want to tip off the all right, I'm at the door as well, and I whispered to Mortifer, do we want the gnome to know that our boss is gone? Do we want that to be a thing that happens?
Well, we gotta find this guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he was here.
Just went for a walk.
What did you do to him? Did you do anything to him, sir? And I look at him quite accusingly. I'm like, look at me. Do I look like some slob off the street? Do I look like one of these guys?
He starts backing away and signaling to the half ogres. And he says, when he gets close enough to the half ogres, and far enough away from you, he says, "Brigands! I knew it. I knew it when I first saw you. You can't be trusted. You waylaid this poor carriage. You probably killed its owner. You came here and looking to acquire ill-gotten gains. Not on my watch, not on my sight." And he signals to the half-ogres. Roll initiative.
How many ogres can we tell?
You don't know.
Natural 20.
You've seen them around. Give me 1 second.
I rolled a 7.
So I got a 22.
Give me 1 second.
I'm not going to attack. I'm going to try to control. I knew I should have gotten friends.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Barabash, what is your initiative?
7.
And Mortifer.
22.
And Duke.
1.
At Duke of the Undead. Olazana. Olazana going once on mute.
I'm 21.
Ah, thank God.
All right.
All right, I'm going to cast.
Mortifer.
All right. I pull out a glowing stick of incense and a crystal,
Oh no.
and I wave my hand around, and the pattern appears in the sky right near the ogres, and they got to roll will saves DC 15.
Oh, shit. I'm going to roll them individually. First guy rolled a natural 20. Okay, what happens?
30-foot cube. A pattern appears.
Oh, no. They're way more spread out than that.
Oh, I'll wait for them to come in.
You wait for them to come in and surround you?
Oh, God. Should I just kill this little bastard?
No.
Put him to sleep. You got spells, right?
No. Let them attack us.
What?
Yes.
This is why Handuk's not in charge of strategy.
Let them attack us and not fight back just for a little bit and be like, okay, you got us, and then run off. Let's just get out of here.
All right, I'm going to scream for the boss. What is his name?
What is his name?
Fran. It's our boy Fran.
Pompous.
Hold on. Your boss or the no?
My boss.
Oh, our boss.
Yeah, you never asked his name.
The nobleman.
The nobleman.
Yeah,
Worst
but-
boss than Alderman. I miss Alderman.
Another guy you never asked his name.
I'm sure I asked his name. I've been on the road with this guy for days. He hired me. I'm quite a talkative, lively fella. What is this guy's name?
You didn't ask.
All right, I'm going to
That's a
start
good
yelling
call.
out, boss,
Yeah, you get nothing.
and I'm deferring, readying myself.
Okay, Olazana.
Did I hear him yell for the? I heard him yell from the ogres from inside the carriage, right?
No, you heard me yelling for the boss.
I'm gonna get out on the other side of the carriage from the side that I got in.
Okay.
And then draw my bow and then climb on top of the carriage. To get on top of the carriage, I got a 15.
Okay. That works. Easy.
Good, very measured.
Am I up?
Barbash.
All right, I'm going to summon. I'm going to conjure animals. 2 giant eagles, and I'm going to tell one of the eagles, there's a nobleman. He's way better dressed than any of these ogres or gnomes here. Circle around until you find him.
A human.
Okay.
Yeah, human guy.
They do it.
Then I'm going to stand pat.
All right. The ogres move in. They surround you. Each of them have a hammer that was in a tool belt. They pull the hammers out. To them, they look like, on their scale, small hammers. But you guys realize these are like,
Warhammers.
more like a
Two-handed warhammers.
more like a
Gosh.
like a 10-pound sledgehammer.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, 10-pound sledgehammer, and they surround you guys. And Handuk, it is your turn. One of the half ogres says, "You want us to knock them, or you want us to take them?"
And what's the gnome say?
Okay, Francisco, Molinari, Garibaldi, Oregon, Pinot Noir says, take their weapons. Let's sit them down somewhere safe. Find out what they're really up to.
This guy. It's very nice of him, though, to not want to kill us.
Handuk?
I say, you are detaining us illegally. This shall not stand.
Private property, there is no law except the
We are-
law that I, as the caretaker of this estate, dictate. I am in charge. I can do anything. This is sovereign land that I control as a steward for my master who owns this estate.
Mr. Francisco, please, I implore you, let us
Francisco,
leave.
Molinari, Garibaldi, Oregon, Pinot Noir. Get it straight. Get it
I
straight.
will-
With
We
respect.
will gladly pay you 5 gold pieces if you just simply let us on our way.
No.
No. No.
And his hand motions out to the rolling estate with the mansion being restored behind him by the lake, and he says, "Now I know you are brigands. You think 5 gold pieces matters anything, brigands?"
And I say, Francisco, you have
Ill-
chosen the way of pain, and you will pay for this.
All right, you made Handuk bad guy.
Right.
That doesn't happen.
Top of the order. We are back.
And you are a dick.
We're back. We're back to Mortifer Lupus.
All right. What am I going to do? How far are the ogres away from me? And are they grouped up now?
They are surrounding you, but not grouped.
All right, I'm going to defer, but mentally, I'm going to reach out to Pogo and be like, Pogo, we need your help. Did he get into anything?
No.
All right.
There are signs of instruction.
Actually, I instruct Pogo to light the place on fire.
It's all stone.
There's nothing. Is there any wood anywhere?
Got to be like scaffolding, right? So
I mean, sure, there's some wood for fire. I mean, it's a stone. It's a stone-based construction.
Should I just kill this guy?
But do a wisdom check.
wait.
I rolled a 16. Do I have to roll under my wisdom?
No.
Okay, then with my wisdom bonus, I get a what a 17.
You think it would be a really bad move to kill him, even if you could maybe win this battle. You think that would be a
All right, and then I just stick my hands up on my head, let the ogres take my daggers.
Olazana. Olazana, you may be on mute.
I'm going to say in Goblin and hope that at least one of the ogres understands that I wouldn't touch him if I were you, and just point my bow out at them.
Stand down, guys. Just stand down. This guy's a dick. He's going, but we're not doing anything wrong.
Bearbash.
All right. Has my eagle that I sent to look for the nobleman, is there any semblance of him making any progress?
They've flown all over the property. They see absolutely no sign.
Okay. Theoretically speaking, could I have an eagle pick up the gnome and dangle him and threaten to drop him?
I mean,
would I have to roll something for that?
Absolutely, you'd have to roll for that. Yeah, and that would absolutely be considered.
Don't do it. We're gonna get smashed. Just
okay.
Let them illegally detain us.
I think we could dangle him and make this dude shit himself and get out of here.
Probably. He'll get his just desserts.
Yeah, I'll stand there. Actually, can I go to the carriage with Olazana? I would like to make my way in that area.
Sure. Okay. The ogres close in. They take your weapons. They check you for anything that seems dangerous. So things like rings and armor, they're not taking from.
If they are going to, they're going to take my weapons? No. I'll run away first.
Yeah, run.
Like if they surround us, I'm gonna teleport away and then.
Okay, what's on it is run away.
Yeah.
You should just run away, dude. You're fast enough. Nobody's going to catch you.
Yeah.
Can the Eagles take us away? Can they?
Escor, Molinari, Garibaldi, Oregon, Pinot Noir takes this as proof that you guys are guilty of something, and the ogres snap up one of the other three of you. It's going to be Bearbash. Nope.
All right.
I'm sorry, Handu. They roll an 11 to grapple you. Is that a hit or a miss?
Miss.
Okay.
I guess. I mean, does armor count in grappling?
No, it would
It's
just
an
be
opposed athletics check.
touch. Yeah.
Yeah, they would be. Yeah, they grab me up. Yeah.
All right. They grab you up.
Yep.
Snap you up, and then another one will go after. Let's see who gets next. That will.
And I say, this is illegal.
Mortifer, Lupus. They miss you with a fumble. One of them falls over the other one, and now there's quite a ruckus. And finally, someone comes after Barabash, and a 20 to grapple Barabash. So Handuk and Barabash are now grappled up. But Mortifer is free currently.
All right. I've got to put my hands on my head and step to the side and be like, sir, who ran was a refugee. You are assaulting us when all we wanted to do was help.
Enough.
Enough?
I ask the questions now.
Sir, I could kill
Tell me.
you.
Start from the beginning. Tell me where you came from.
We came from Sokor
No
Pass.
lies. No lies. Tell me.
Mr. Noir, if I may. Me and Handuk and Olazan have been all around, this country for many weeks now. We've seen a lot of things. We've been through a lot. We ran into Mr. Mortifer and his friend Sam. Rest in peace. We have his body in a blanket. He was our friend for a brief moment.
How do I know you didn't kill this man?
Because why would we keep the body of the guy we killed? You know what I mean? Why would we do that? We want to bury him. We wanted to give him a proper right.
I don't know why you are roaming around the lands, capturing people and carrying corpses. I don't know. You
listen, there's a city north of us that we were trying to get to originally. We ran into Mortifer, Sam, rest in peace, and his nobleman.
Well, why were you going there?
Why were we going there?
I'm going to Harboron to make 25 gold pieces, sir.
We're looking for
all we wanted was the rest and the help, and you assault us. You dare assault
you stepped
men on the highway. You, sir, are the highwaymen.
You stepped
you,
on
sir,
private
are
property?
the highwaymen.
You stepped
I
on
could
private
kill
property?
you right now, sir.
Very, very, very suspicious looking crew. Look at you. Look at yourselves.
That's fair. That's a fair comment.
Will you let my men go before you bring my wrath down on you?
Explain yourselves.
We are going to Harboron. We needed to stop because we were attacked by Gnolls for the 5th time. I thought your diminutive people were supposed to be smart. I have said the same thing every time.
Why?
You have asked me.
Where are you coming
I have
from?
not assaulted you. You have assaulted me and my company, and you gained suspicion because of Refugee Ran. She is a refugee for a reason, and you assault us? This is unacceptable. Who is your boss, sir? You want me to roll a perception or a persuasion check?
Sure. Sure.
Oh, a natural 20.
Okay.
I can get Handuk's eyes on that.
Yeah.
Look, again, that's the second time tonight.
He says, you speak with conviction, but you also speak as though you have leverage. I asked you to explain yourselves, and you keep giving me the most cursory explanation. You're coming from the place, and you're going to a place, but you're not telling me who you are and why you are around these lands. This is not a safe place. You tell me you are escorting someone and they are nowhere. There is a corpse, nothing but a corpse. There's no nobleman.
Mr. Novar.
These things don't add up. You've wandered onto private property. It is my job to protect this land.
Then let us go.
Explain
Let
it.
us go, and we
Tell
will be
me-
on our way.
Tell me
This
your
is a
story.
very
I don't
inhospitable
wanna-
place with
Tell
a
me your story,
very
and we will
angry
talk.
little man.
Tell me your
Mr.
story.
Mr.
My
Mr.
story?
Noir. Mr. Noir. With all due respect, and before I start, I just want to say what a fine operation you have here. You know, a lot of great things you're doing. I can see that this place is going. It's going places. But I did want to say, we're going to Harbor, and we have our own business that, with all due respect, does not concern you. But we're looking for someone. We're looking for opportunities. Handuk, we've been through a lot. Handuk has lost his mother, not his biological mother, but his spiritual mother. It's a bit of a long story. A friend named Karnath, who I'm still not really sure if he was my friend or not, but he died. We lost a bunch of gnomes that we made friends with. We've been through a lot, and this whole ogre situation.
You and Barabash, you and Karnas have been friends, Barabash.
Yes, yes.
Gnomes? Tell me, what do you mean?
Yes, I can tell you all about the
We helped
gnomes.
We helped the gnomes. We tried
Yes.
to help them. Maybe let's.
We almost died trying to save the gnomes.
Did you save the gnomes?
No.
Sadly, no. That's where Mother died.
The gnomes helped save them.
The
The
gnomes saved
gnomes
us.
fought very valiantly in their spike ball. I was a priest sent to meditate upon their very existence. And yes, we were attacked. We were attacked by the enemies of the gnomes
What was the name of the
at
gnome?
Miss Lake.
Oh, at Miss Lake. What was the name of the gnome at Miss Lake?
There was about 18 of them, or 20 some of them.
Tell me, you were
one of
friendly.
them-
You were friendly and fighting alongside these gnomes. Tell me the name of the gnomes.
One guy was Finn.
No chance
One
of
was definitely Finn. But let me ask you this, Mr. Noir: have you ever met a gnome turn undead after dying?
Barabash, you should ask him what your name is.
It's Mr. Noir.
No.
It's Francesco, a couple other names, and then Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Mr. Francisco, I swear to you, this is the truth. I'm a priest of Matria.
Matria.
Yes.
Devilish.
But you do know that my dear mother Portibus was in Miss Lake meditating with the gnomes at the time where they were attacked. We were all attacked together.
Look around you, sir. Look around you. What do you see around you?
Beauty, sheer beauty, and we were drawn
and
here.
Why is this beautiful?
Like moths to the flame,
why-
it seems, to the
why-
music, the beautiful music that we heard emanating,
music.
attracted us here.
What do you?
It's
not,
almost unfair.
What
The
do you
music
not
was so
see?
beautiful.
What do you not see here?
I don't see any slackers because you clearly run a fine operation.
Yes,
That's going
I
to get work
see.
done here. That's what I see.
Let me tell you what you see. You see green earth. You see nature. You see beauty. You see art. You do not see the vast, unwashed masses like you have in Matria. We are here to get away from that.
Francisco, the first thing
Don't you see that the five of you wander in here talking about this and that, but you've come into our beautiful estate.
It is beautiful.
Haughty, thinking you own the place or that you have rights here. You have
We
no
were not looking for
No.
rights, sir.
I think we just got off on the wrong foot.
You talked about the law. There is no law. We are sovereign. You do not walk in with your law, Matria.
That's right.
No, I wish not to. Again, all I wish to do is pass on.
You
It
must
was
have
not
misspoke.
even my idea
I'll tell you
to
what. I'll tell you.
ask for your hospitality.
I will,
I did not ask for hospitality, and your music is what has drawn us here.
You know,
We would have never come here should we have not heard the music.
Beautiful music.
here's what I'm going to do. Bolar, escort these fine gentleman and lady away from here. 1 mile down the road, give them their weapons back and return to work.
Mr. Pinot Noir, it's been a pleasure. You have a good one now.
All right.
If you see a nobleman, let him know we're looking for him.
Did you see that I'm trying to track the nobleman since he's missing?
I did not see that.
I got a 16 on my survival.
You have actually no idea what happened.
All right.
Wait, Mr. Francisco Noir, I tell you this.
Francesco, Molinari, Garibaldi, Oregon,
I tell you this. One of the primary reasons I travel on this road is to find out about what was the fate of these gnomes and why did they perish.
Yes, but your inability to learn my name is indicative of your Matrian upbringing, where there are so many of you that you don't bother learning each other's names. You don't even consider each other as living beings. You talk about life, and yet you don't even learn their names. I have a name, sir. It is Francesco Molinari Garibaldi, Oregon Pinot Noir. And
Mr. Pinot.
I say good day.
I walk up.
Walks off.
I ask Mr. Noir if I can show him something.
No, he walks off. He walks away.
Let him roll, man. Let him go, man. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Get the hell out of here with Bolar or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, the one half ogre walks 1 mile exactly. It's almost like he knows exactly these.
We can't leave the boss.
I think the boss left us, man. I think he ditched on the road.
I gave Pogo very specific instructions.
Yeah, you did.
To I'm leaving.
Yep.
To keep an eye on Mr. Noir.
Okay. What's the range on that?
A mile.
Was he able to figure anything out when you sent him scouting initially?
When he goes to sleep, attack him. If he is alone. If not, come back to me.
Are you staying within a mile of?
Well, we're a mile down the road, so let's just camp. We gotta find our guy anyway. And I also
The ogre is pretty adamant that you keep it moving.
Did Pogo find anything the first time? Did you have him investigate the house? Was there anything that we discovered? Am I forgetting something?
I'm sorry?
You did not discover anything.
Okay. Did we keep the carriage?
Yeah, you have the carriage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we ought to just take the carriage like out of sight.
Mortifer, do you really care about the nobleman? Like, do we?
I mean, free carriage, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
actually,
Mortifer. Here's the thing: like, we're here to help you and everything, but you're getting us in a lot of trouble. We just want to get the harbor on. We don't need to go dealing with your boss. If he wants to ditch on you, we'll pay you your money. But if there's something else going on, you ought to talk to us about.
We're the worst bodyguards ever.
We just got assaulted. Can I talk? We just got assaulted. I was given a lawful contract.
Yep.
We were assaulted. My boss is missing. He was probably kidnapped. This is not good, guys.
My eagles didn't see him at all, which leads me to believe that he got out of the carriage on the road before we got there. I think he might have did from us. I don't know why. You tell us
that
about it. Why?
Makes no sense, guy. He's probably a hostage right now.
Why would Mr. Pinot Noir do that?
Because he's a dick.
But who is the nobleman? Do we know anything about the nobleman and where? Did he just wanted to go to Harboron?
He wanted to go to Harboron. He was a rich man. He was our way in the Harboron elite.
Well, I don't know what to say, but we might have to leave you then if you need to get this guy, because we need to get the Harboron. We're trying to stop a war, and you're trying to stop a nobleman or catch a nobleman who doesn't want to be found or something. I don't understand.
Why would he leave his carriage?
Well, let's ask. Let me
Good question.
Exactly. He never left the carriage when the Gnolls attacked. So he was kidnapped in that estate. You are going to leave a kidnapped man
So
Yeah.
you think that they were able
steal
to bounce
his
him?
property? Maybe you
without
are the
hearing?
brigands that Mr.
Okay.
Mior said.
I need to get. I don't care. I'll walk
I'm
the
going-
rest of the way to Harbor on.
I'll be like, guys, we need to rest anyway. I don't need to rest that long. I can
You
sneak
can.
into the
You can
estate.
have this thing.
I can sneak
All
into
right.
the estate overnight and try to find him while you guys are asleep, and I'll be back
That's
in
an
the
interesting
morning.
idea. I'm
I
fine
can
with that.
join you.
I think that's a good idea. But let's play detective for a second, if you would entertain me. So we get off the carriage. We told to Mr. Pinot Noir, we're how many feet away were we from the carriage during that conversation? Not very far, right?
No, not very far.
So we're not very far, which means that Nobleman would have had to been able to be bound and gagged without us hearing him or without us noticing. Now maybe there's a mage, maybe there's some some magical elements at play here to make us.
So when
cover
Barabas does that, I want to use my detect magic ability while I sit in the carriage.
So we just got to think, when could this have happened? When could he have
Why don't you guys think through? Just go back through. I think you're doing the right thing, Barabash. You're going back through your details now. Why don't you dive a little bit deeper through your details?
Do I detect any magic in this carriage?
I think you guys were ready for a fight.
We did get, there was some ruckus that was involved. Maybe that could have been a window, but the ruckus with the fight came after we checked the carriage. Let's keep that in mind.
I would agree with that. And yet your preparedness for a fight predated that.
Jason, do I detect any magic in this carriage?
No.
Do you think that it's possible that the nobleman heard us and tempers flare a bit, and he might have snuck out on his own to avoid another battle?
Probably.
That's what I think.
I didn't see any footprints. I looked.
Yeah,
around
and
you guys were
And the
talking.
birds didn't see anything either. Now, there's a chance that nobleman might be a very stealthy character. Is there like a dense tree line, or like anything where he would really have an easy time hiding? Is there, he's got to be close. We're only a mile away. I think he's got to be within a mile radius of.
If anybody can find it, it's Olazana.
Yeah, like if you guys rest, I'll look for him.
All right,
If you look at this background image, you're seeing a well manicured estate. Very different than the dense, wild, invasive forest that you've left. This is manicured. This is planned. This is a place where you can walk quietly because there's not a lot of undergrowth, but there's also open land. It would be quite difficult to slip away. That doesn't mean it's impossible to slip away. It means it would be quite difficult to slip away. But why don't you keep going through what you know?
I don't think any of our smart characters are here. It's just all pretty dumb.
I start searching the carriage.
I'm smart.
Seeing what exactly is packed.
Let's look. Let me ask. Can I? Maybe I can roll for this, but can I look to see if there's a trap door of any kind in the carriage? Any sort of anything like that?
Yeah, roll an investigation.
What do I do for that?
That's a D20, and add your investigation skill.
Oh, okay. I see. So I rolled perfect 21, I guess.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. So what you find is that the lock mechanism on the inside, the latch, is actually designed to be silent when it opens from the inside. Not so much from the outside, but when it opens from the inside, it is purposely designed to be silent when it opens from the inside. So while there's not a trap door, you can see while you guys were in your argument early on, it would have been very easy for someone to slip out of the carriage.
All right. With that information, I think that he has to be very close.
Is there actually anything of value on the carriage? I start going through his stuff. I'm not stealing it.
No, I mean, it's relative value. So there are like clothes and robes, and what you see is a lot of different types of outfits, actually.
Like what kind of outfits? Like men and women, big
Men
and
and
small,
women, fancy clothes, nighttime clothes, daytime clothes.
big and small, or all
big
for
and-
the same
all within the
shape?
medium, all within the general medium humanoid size, but varying. Some for obese, some for thin. There's a range of different clothes.
All right, so I think an observation is that if the Eagles didn't see him, then he can't be seen from above. He's under something. So I think Olazana. Just keep that in mind.
Go ahead and do an insight check there, Bash.
All right, that's an 8.
I'll tell you what. Each one of you do that. Yeah, you're stumped. You're confused. You'll be able to see.
19.
I got a 4.
Okay.
Waterford knows what's up.
All right, Mortifer, you are beginning to wonder if the reason your scouts, the Eagles, and your familiar didn't see the noble is they were looking for the noble, and perhaps this this person didn't look like a noble, and therefore they didn't see him.
Did he put it in Sam's clothes? Let's unwrap Sam. Is he missing his clothes?
Sam?
Or did he could have just packed other clothes. I guess is that maybe the implication? Okay.
I mean, Sam is wrapped up. Sam's corpse is wrapped up.
Sam's starting to ferment.
Do we remember what he was wearing? Are the clothes he was wearing in the carriage?
Sam's clothes?
No. The nobleman were the clothes the nobleman was wearing initially. All right, so he's All right, that's definitely good to know that he won't look like that. What does the plan exactly look like? We rest. Olazana goes in. What does that look like? Could that go bad? Should we all go?
No, this is my idea. Olazana goes in at night. We make camp. We bury, or actually, I have a good idea to make him look like he's alive. We tie him to a tree so that I can pretend he's alive. Sam, that is. And then Olazana goes in. We confirm or whatever where this nobleman has gone. If the nobleman doesn't want to be going with us, we got to keep going.
We just leave him.
We got to go to Harboron.
I'm starting to agree with you.
We're getting tied down to this place that we're not welcome here. And the only reason we should do this is because Olazana will be able to do it by herself, undetected.
You're right. And I can maybe I'll have the one if we're resting, I can reset spells, correct?
Yep.
I could send an eagle, to watch Olazana overhead, or Mortifer could just send Pogo to watch overhead, give her an extra advantage.
I could send I could do a sending if she becomes lost or disappeared, whatever. But they're going to really react violently, I think, if we go back and we get caught.
They definitely do not want us anywhere near that. Yeah, I agree. But alrighty, let's do that.
So you're gonna wait until dark? Is that the plan?
Yeah. How close to dark are we?
Yeah, we're gonna hide the cart and everything into a little grove or something, maybe 3 miles away or something. And Olazana's got probably a 17-minute 5K time, so she'll be over there no time.
She's the fastest woman
Probably a
alive.
lot quicker than that.
I once rode a bike 55 miles with a guy, and when we finished, he ran off because he needed exercise.
All right.
Came back like 15 minutes later. He had run 5 miles.
Yeah, that's like Olazana.
3-minute miles.
That's a something like that. That's
It was something like
So
that.
once
That's
we
a true
put the
story.
carriage and we start taking a long rest, I only need 4 hours to take mine.
All his hand is taken off like Forrest Gump.
he needed exercise.
So can we start that rest now once we had the carriage?
Yeah. Yeah, you can go another quarter mile down the road and you can take a rest. The half ogre tells you gruffly, like, and you leave Escor College alone. And he walks back.
Escort
Escor College. Escor College. Okay, that's what this place is called. Wow. I didn't fill out the admissions slip, I guess.
None of us did.
Okay, so once I'm done with my long rest, do you guys have any buffs that will help me?
Yeah, I have something for you, actually. I have something really good.
All right, cool.
So I have enhance ability.
Dope. Enhance my dexterity, please.
How long does that
All
last?
right, give me a second to read it. It lasts up to an hour, but it's concentration. Can I concentrate while I'm not near him?
Yeah.
You can.
All right, so I can do Cat's Grace. The target has advantage on dexterity checks. It also doesn't take damage from falling 20 feet or less. Is that good?
It's dope.
All right.
How long will it take you to get? How long will it take her to get back?
It'll take me so we're like a mile and a half away. It'll probably take me like 5 minutes to get there.
Keep in mind,
You don't run a 5-minute mile, but let's say you run a 7-minute mile.
I move
if you
40
need to jump off anything,
40 feet
you
every
don't take damage.
I can cast invisibility on him.
Okay.
Chill.
How long does invisibility last?
An hour.
Okay. You got it.
I'll in fact start walking back.
You tell me when you want to start that hour.
So
I'll-
we're going to walk 12,000 feet in 5 minutes.
Okay. That's a quarter mile.
All right, it's on you, Rosanna. Whenever
I'm going to
start
give
whenever
you
you're
a
ready.
7-minute mile.
That's
Wait,
over 2 miles.
12,000 feet?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
2 miles.
Okay.
All
I mean, okay.
All right, I
I'm
can
gonna give
cast
you a
invisibility
7-minute
on you.
All right, I give Cat's Grace. Countdown starts when all Lozana's go.
right.
Yep.
Invisibility is good too. I got an hour to figure this shit out.
You're just ripping, baby.
All right, so I'm gonna go back and go to where the carriage was and look around and see if there are any footprints.
I will warn you, watch out, because if all hell's breaking loose, just don't even go.
Okay. So you get back to the general spot along the road near the entrance where the carriage stopped and do an investigation check.
Now, Pogo is also following Mr. Noir. Is Pinot Noir going to sleep at any point?
Well, it's nighttime. There's the work crew is not out.
I got a 17 at my
He's
investigation.
invisible. So he can tail him. He's got a goddamn good sneak in it, being invisible.
Pogo,
There's no one outside right now. So you got a 17 on your investigation, correct?
Yes.
You can find no footprints.
There's no footprints at all, like not even ours,
Yeah, definitely yours. Yes.
but nobody else's.
Ogres, gnomes,
He
yours.
went barefoot.
You don't find the set of footprints you were looking for.
Huh. I wonder if this dude dropped out of the carriage like way before we even got here, and he's just like gone.
That was a theory I had.
All right, I'm going to now try to sneak up to like the building that we saw.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Thanks to the advantage, I have a 21.
Okay, you get to the edge of the building, the corner.
Does-
to the
does- Pogo see him?
yes. Well, no, wait, he's invisible, right?
Yeah.
I think
So
they're both invisible. Pogo
the
and
answer, is,
Ozone.
the answer is no. So you get to the southwest corner of the building. To your right, you see a pond. To your left, it wraps around, and you see the entrance of the building. It is dark. There is low light. Seems to be a hearth inside. It looks like the work crew is inside, sheltering inside of the building while construction is happening.
Well, Pogo would have found that.
Yeah,
Pogo
Okay.
has
Are there
devil's
any
sight.
open windows?
these are the ogre. These are the half ogres. They're sheltering in there.
Are there any open windows?
I mean, most of the windows are open on the first level.
Is Mr. Noir in there?
Mr. Noir is in there.
Okay. Is there a window that's open in an empty room?
No, there are no empty rooms on the first level.
What about on this? Are there windows open on the second level?
No.
Okay.
I keep rolling for these things. You gotta promise me I'm rolling for them.
I believe you. How many ogres were surrounding us before?
Your rough count was somewhere between a dozen and 2 dozen. A lot. It's a pretty large scale project.
All right. So Pogo sees Mr. Noir in there.
Yep.
All right. He is going to sneak up beside of him.
No.
Morph into a spider. And while invisible and he's prone, he's going to bite him.
Okay. What happens?
14. 4. So that would be a 19.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
What do you want to do to him?
Oh, he just got bit by a spider. There's
Okay.
a spider right next to him.
All right. And
And he has to make a DC 15 Constitution save.
okay. He's saved.
All right. He takes, hold on a second. He takes 4 points of damage. And hold on a second. Six points of poison damage. So he takes 10 points of damage.
Okay. He screams out, "What in the? Oh God, I hate this! I'm tired of these. I can't wait to get done with this project. This is the worst. I hate it. God. Oh, I want to sleep in a fucking bed again. Why?
So it's
can I-
initiative.
Oh, my poor wife.
Can I?
She's
can
waiting
I
for me
grab
in
a
Broadwalk.
rock?
It's so expensive to live there, and I'm out here with
Can I
slaggers.
grab a rock
Just so
while
I
he's
can
shouting?
live for a month in
Throw it through one of the
Broadwalk.
upstairs windows?
Projects. What?
Can I grab a rock while he's arguing and just throw it through one of the upstairs windows?
That would make you visible.
But I'm not attacking anyone.
Okay, you smash a window. All the ogres get up immediately. Half of them race upstairs, half of them race out the front door.
All right, I'm just going to tuck up against the building while being invisible.
They start scouring the property, and then suddenly,
Is it initiative?
There's no fighting yet. They didn't find me.
suddenly lights flash from everywhere atop the roof. They flash down all over the property. Some sort of magical lighting over the whole property. It's all lit up with magical lighting. What would you like to do, Olazana?
What's the gnoll doing, or the gnome doing?
He's looking alarmed. He's giving the ogres a couple of orders. There seems to be one ogre who's kind of the foreman. He's mostly hiding behind that guy and giving some orders.
So he's not in his room anymore?
Yeah, he's still in the same room he got bit in.
Okay.
Well, that was a surprise attack. It's initiative now. He has yet to get up because he could get bit again.
Okay, initiative.
Yes.
Olazana, roll initiative.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
got a 7.
okay.
I rolled a 19
Oh, what, for your spider?
for my spider.
Okay. All right. If your spider continues to attack, it's gonna get clobbered. But okay.
It's just a little spider, and it's on him.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's on him, biting him.
It is, and he's gonna slap it. He's gonna slap it down. This is not a 0 level NPC, by the way.
Dude, you're gonna lose your pogo.
Okay. What would you like to do with your spider?
All right. I guess I'm going to turn invisible and crawl away.
Okay. All right. Their initiative. Olazana, behind you, you hear around the edge near the water's edge. You hear what may be could be a squirrel, could be nothing. It could be a frog jump. You don't know exactly what it was, but some sort of pebble or something rolled into the water behind you, and you have ogres searching around the edges of the building. They're fanning out. They're looking all over.
Okay, I'm going to move. How far away is this lake from me? Oh, I can't teleport.
It's pretty close. Like if you think about the edge of the mansion, is like there's 5 or 10 feet, right till it like dips down to the pond.
Okay, I'm gonna sneak over towards where I heard that noise by the lake.
Okay.
My stealth is a 20.
You don't want to be down that noise.
Okay. You go down.
Something is going to happen.
I'm invisible and sneaky. I don't care. It'll come out and eat an ogre. Do I see anything over by this lake?
You in fact do not.
I like to imagine that there's Mission Impossible music playing during this moment.
Okay. The ogres, they go around. You start to see some ogres come around the other side of the building, coming back towards you along the edge of the between the water and the building. There's, again, it's 5 to 10 feet. They're coming through. It's going to be dicey whether you can stand there. Even though you're invisible, they're going to walk right through your path.
Is the door to the building open?
No, you're not on that side of it. You think of this side of the building as, something they overlook the pond with. There's no entrance here.
Okay, can I run and jump up the side of the building so that I can grab onto like a windowsill that's above where the ogre's heads are?
You could try that.
My athletics check is a 24.
Okay, now do a stealth check.
22. 23, I rolled a 19 and a 20.
Okay.
I assumed the 19 would be the better one.
Yeah, the ogres don't seem to notice the sound at all. It's very well done. You're able to get up into a windowsill. Would you like to go inside or no?
What seems to be inside the room?
They were just, I mean, ogres. Their bedrolls, their food. Really, you know, it's just kind of like they're camping out indoors while they're
Is Pinot Noir still in there?
not in that room.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go in the room because it seems like dropping down, I'm more likely to run into an ogre than inside the building right now.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move up to the door and look out into the hallway.
Okay. Mortifer, you're a spider.
Can I tell Mortifer to have
Mortifer just stepped away there for a second.
Okay.
Can we have Pogo look for
Okay.
the nobleman? He would know what he looks like, right?
Olazana, do a perception check. Got it. I heard that.
My perception is a 11.
Okay. You seem to be alone in the room. Okay. You hear shouting. The lights are on outside. It's hard to see in here because there's so much light outside. It's like everything is weird shadows in here. It's just think of being inside of a completely dark house while police lights and floodlights and all of those things are all surrounding it. It's hard to see in here. Okay. Good. What are you doing on your turn?
Muted.
Not hearing Olazana.
Yeah.
Sorry. I said I was going to move out into the hallway stealthily. And as long as there's nobody else in the hallway, I'm going to look in the doors to see if there are any books in this college.
There are no books. This is still a place under construction. You got to think about this construction site as like the framework, all of the sort of highly manual stuff is happening first. Then the artisans will come in. Then the artists will come in. You are still in the very rough early stage of construction.
So I'm going to just make my way through and then try to get to the ground level again.
Okay. Okay. Make a check. Make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save?
Yep.
Is this a charm?
It is a charm.
I rolled a 19, so that's my total. If it's a charm, my save roll is not a 20. So, yeah, it stays a 19 and doesn't go to a 20 because.
Okay. You hear a voice in your head coming vaguely from the stairwell, and it's saying, "Why, friend? Like, why are you in my home?
Kill it now."
That's your ancestor.
That's not my ancestor. My ancestors were debaucherous.
I'm going to ignore that voice and just move through the stairwell.
Past the stairwell? Where are you going?
I was trying to get back down to the ground level.
Okay. You go down. You make it to the stairwell, and you're able to go down. Let's do a quick check. Oh, one of the ogres hears you. He can't see you yet, but he hears you. And you see him staring in your direction and moving directly in your path. Now, because you're inside, it's going to be tricky to avoid contact.
Is there like another hallway I can go in the other direction?
Roll between his legs.
Yeah, you could. There's a backward hallway that you could go deeper in towards what may be like a kitchen area.
Yeah, I'll go do that.
Okay. He yells out, and you start to see more of the half ogres start to.
I got a 19 trying to sneak into that kitchen.
Okay. Okay. You sneak into the kitchen. There is a back door, and you see the ogres start to look and walk into the back door as well.
Is there like a table?
There's a table, there's a hearth, there's a chimney, there's a window.
Okay, I'm gonna slide underneath the table.
Okay, slide underneath the table. Good. Okay. They're walking around. There's 4 of them in the room now, and they're looking around and they're saying they're speaking ogre. So that is part of the issue here for you. I'm sorry, they're speaking giant. So unless you know giant,
I do not.
each other, and eventually, our friend, the gnome, walks in, and he says, "Is someone in here? What is happening?" And you hear a whisper. Yes. Step away. And the gnome says nothing and leaves quickly.
Is the window open?
Window is open.
I'm going to dart out from under the table and jump through the window.
Make an athletics check.
20 total.
Okay, you run. You feel a dart fly, actually bounces off of your. You have some sort of armor?
Mm-mm.
No.
I have a shield that would be on my back probably.
Right. It bounces off of that shield. You hear a chink, some sort of dart, as you jump out of the window and you land on the ground. And again, you're now surrounded with lights, but you are outside of the building and you have a clear path. Most of the ogres are now inside. You have a clear path. What would you like to do?
I'm still invisible, right?
Yes.
Run.
Forrest Gump that shit, man. Forrest Gump out of there.
Please run.
Yeah,
Please run.
I didn't find shit. That guy actually left the room and I wasn't there to look through anything. So I'm going to just make my way back.
You bolt.
It was totally successful.
You leave the place, the floodlights fade in the distance. The ogres are all confused.
Good prank.
And you get back to the group, and we're going to pick up there next week.
I didn't find shit.
All right. Yeah.